Good morning everyone and welcome back to our channel. This is Zob's Rebels Tutorials. We are still saying a very big thank you to all our subscribers. You've helped us achieve 1,000 subscribers. All right, on our working table we have a white fabric spread. Here is a satin, and we are going to be learning how to cut the bridal shower robe or bride dressing robe. You can use it as your nighties, you can use it for photo shoots. So let's get started. All right, I folded my fabric using the hip measurement of my client divided by 4. The hip measurement is 45 inches divided by 4. Then I added extra 2 inches for ease. Like you know, the bridal shower robes, they are not usually fitted. They are always very free. Okay, the shoulder measurements I have here, we have 8 inches for our shoulder. Mind you, this bridal robe is not going to have armhole. We'll be cutting this particular one as if it's a buba top. So the armhole is going to be kind of kimono. That's, the sleeve is going to be attached afterwards without the armhole. All right, from the shoulder line, I've come down by 10 inches for the armhole, 16 inches for the waist, 25 inches for the hip, and 38 inches the length of the blouse plus 1 inch folding allowance. Right, the next thing to do now is to cut our neckline. The neckline I'll be using 3 inches by 1. So the back and the front of this robe, they are usually the same measurement, just that the front part is going to be cut open. That is, you make a slit then attach the neckband. All right, so I'm going ahead to place my bust measurements. Like I said, we are working with 13 inches on fold. Then the bust, I will give it 12.5 inches. The waist, 12 inches. It's just going to be a free ground. You can decide to cut it just the way it is, but I'll be adding just a little shape to it. Then the hip, 13 inches, and on the hemline I'm also marking 13 inches. So I'm connecting the lines. So I'm trying to make a little curve here where I'll attach my sleeve. Okay, now from the neckline I'm going to come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Then I'll connect it down to my neckline. Now I can go ahead and cut out this piece. Okay, now I am done cutting out this piece. I'm going to use this to cut out another piece which I'll use as the front. Okay, we are going to cut out another piece of this same fabric, exactly the same measurement. Okay, here we have 2 pieces of same fabric. Now the one on top, I'm going to reduce the neckline, the neck depth. Initially we used 1, but now I'm going to come down by 9 inches. Then use my ruler and make a V shape. So I'll go ahead, take out the one beneath, which is the back, then cut out the V shape for the front. Okay, now I've cut out the V part of the front, then I'll go ahead and slit this to have the front in two pieces. Alright, now we have the front and the back piece all together. Alright, the next thing to do now is to cut our sleeve. Like I told us, we did not add armhole to this measurement because we want this robe to be in a boba form. This is where our shoulder line actually stopped. That is the shoulder divided by 2, 8 inches. This is where it actually stopped. Then we have an extension of about 4.5 inches. So this is also going to be part of the sleeve. Okay, like I was showing us on the table, you can see on this particular robe there is no armhole. There was no armhole curve, just like what we are doing. So I just came around to show us how it's going to look like. The shoulder measurement of this mannequin is 16. So this is where the shoulder or the sleeve should have started from, but the extension extended up to somewhere around the cap area of the sleeve. That is what I was trying to tell us on the table. So from here to here we actually have 4 inches. So the 4 inches is also going to be part of the sleeve. Now let's go back to our table and continue. So what I showed us on the mannequin, the shoulder measurement actually stopped here, but this is an extension of the sleeve, and we are still going to add an additional sleeve to make it at least up to 3/4 sleeve length. All right, let's cut our sleeve. Now to cut our sleeve, for our viewers who would like to at least use the bodies we've cut out so that we'll see how to match it and not to get it the wrong way. Now the sleeve, we'll use the round sleeve to cut. The round sleeve of this particular client is 15. So 15 inches divided by 2, we have 7.5. Like I told us, bridal robes are not usually fitted. So 7.5, I'm going to add like extra 3 inches to make it more loose for this client. So 7.5 plus 3, we should be having 10.5 inches. Okay, I have 10 inches here. So 10 inches is still fine. All right, 10 inches. Then remember, you already have excess of or where your sleeve is going to be joined to. That is the plus 4.5 inches. So for the total sleeve length, you are going to be deducting 4.5 inches because you already have it on the shoulder line. So I'll be working with 17 inches. Okay, so before you cut, you have to check if the place of fold actually aligns with your shoulder line, because this is where you're going to attach it, and you're not going to slit the sleeve. If you want to slit it, you can still do that, but I don't like doing that. I usually like it this way. This is the folded part and this is my shoulder line. Now plus the 4 extra inches on our shoulder line, we have 17.5 inches, and that is okay. By the time I finish folding, I should be having less. But if you want it exactly 17 inches for the sleeve length, you can add extra 1 inch for folding allowance. Please ensure that the place of fold of your sleeve is on the shoulder line. That is why I am matching it this way before cutting. Now go ahead and cut out this piece. After cutting this out, I will also use it to cut another one for the other sleeve. So if you're making a robe that has armhole, please, after cutting your armhole, go ahead and cut your sleeve, just your basic sleeve, and attach to it. But for this particular one, I am using this method. So I'll use this and cut out another sleeve, making it two for both left and right hand. Okay, I have my both right and left sleeves, so I'll be notching the center of these two sleeves so that I will know where to align it or where to place it on the shoulder line. Now the next thing to cut now is the neck band. The neck band is going to be about 4 or 5 inches depending on how bold you want it to be. 4 inches when placed on fold, you have 2 inches for the piping of the neck, but I'll be cutting 5 inches so that by the time I fold, I'll be having 2.5 inches, and I'll use ½ inch to join the band to the bodies I have cut out already. So the band now, the length of our gown or robe is 39 inches. So I'll be adding like extra 5 inches to the length of the band. It's always best I have excess than having less. If I have less, I would need to join it, then start from the neckline. But it's looking like my fabric is not going to be enough to get a straight piece of band, so I'm going to cut them in 2 pieces. So in 2 pieces I should be having 36 inches. This is not going to be enough. Okay, now for the neck band, like I said, the fabric is not going to be enough to get a long band that will go around without having any joining, so I'm going to cut it in 2 pieces. Now remember I said I'll be using 5 inches to cut, so that by the time I fold it and after piping the neck, I will be having like 2 inches, or you can still use 4.5 inches. Now the length I am using, like I said earlier, is best you have excess than having less. I'm using 24 inches. When you open it, it's on fold, so 24 times 2 should be giving us about 49 inches. So we have 49 by 4.5. ½ inches for the joining allowance, then the remaining 2 inches will be the band length. So I'll cut this and use it to cut another one to complete the band too, which I will join and then start piping the neck of the robe from the center back, so that the join or the joining of the band will align at the center back. So I've cut out the first 4.5 inches, then I'm using it to cut out the second one. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're visiting us for the first time. Like and share our videos. Leave your comments. If you have any question, you can leave them in the comment section. All right, now we have 2 pieces of our band, which we are going to attach or sew or join together, right side facing each other. After joining, they will now fold and sew at the top of our band. By the time we get to the sewing parts, we'll understand better. Now the last thing to do now is to cut out the belt. Okay, your belt can be about 60 inches, it can be about 80 inches depending on how long you want it. So we are going to be cutting our belt from here. So you have the length of 80 inches or 60 by 4 inches. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Okay, now we are cutting the belt. I have a length of 70, or let's check if it's up to 70 inches. Okay, 34 inches times 2, that's 68 inches, and it's okay. I want it to be a bit long but not too long. All right, I placed the one I cut out for the band just to get exact same length. And you know you are going to fold, then sew inside on the wrong side and turn it inside out. Okay, so I'm using this particular measurement, that is 4.5 inches for the belt also. All right, now we are done with our cutting, so we'll move straight to the sewing process. Please do not forget to subscribe to our channel, like and share our videos, and the second part of this video also is going to be illustrated. So we are going to get to sewing. Thank you. Okay, now we are on our sewing machine. The first thing you do is to match your fabric right side to right side, then you join the shoulder. Half-inch seam allowance is okay. Okay, this is what we've got. We've joined one part of our shoulder, then we are going to be attaching the other shoulder. Remember, you're matching it right sides to right sides. Okay, we've joined the front and the back piece together. Now the next thing to do now is to attach our sleeve. I think this method is pretty the simplest. There is no light, and I don't want the video to be so long. What you need to do after joining is to use your serger or your weaving machine and weave it for neat finishing. Okay, now remember the part we notched on our sleeve. You're going to match this notched part on the seam line where you joined the back and the front together. So I'm going to sew this way and this way. Okay, I'm done joining one side of the sleeve, then I'm going to flip and join the other side. So after joining this, we'll do same or repeat same thing on the other side of the sleeve. Okay, we are done attaching the sleeve to both sides. It's looking disorganized at the moment, so the next thing to do now is to fold the round sleeve, double folds. If you added 1 inch folding allowance, that means you're going to fold in ½ inch and fold ½ inch again. If you added 2, you fold in 1 and fold 1 inch again, and that's going to be bold. So we added 1 and I'm folding ½ inch twice. Okay, we are done with one sleeve, so we'll do same to the other sleeve. Okay, we are done folding the round sleeve. Now we are going to close the sides. 1 inch seam allowance is okay. Remember, it's not going to be fitted. You don't really need the person's exact measurement. So I'll be closing the sides with 1 inch seam allowance. Remember to match the armhole area. So we are done shaping or closing one side. You do the same thing to the other side. Don't forget to match the armholes and close with 1 inch. Okay, we are done closing the sides. Now the next thing to do now, this is what it looks like. The shape is actually coming out. Okay, now we are going to attach the neckband. Okay, we have the neckband in 2 pieces, so we are going to join it with 1/2 inch allowance. So after joining, I'm going to open it up this way. Remember, you're sewing right side to right side. Then open it. If your iron is available, you press it down. Then with this, I'm going to match it to the center back of my fabric so that this seam line will align at the center back of our fabric. So you get your already joined bodies, notch the center of the back. Then you place this. If this will be very difficult for you to join this way, you can finish joining these two together, then attach it to the back. So this is my seam line, and this is the center back of this robe. So I'm going to go ahead and sew it round. Okay, remember your seam allowance is 1/2 inch. So you're also going to join this band to the body with 1/2 inch. Then this part is where we have the V shape, and if you look at the fabric, it's still having the V shape. If you follow that shape, by the time you're done joining the band to the neckline, your robe is going to look somehow funny around the chest area. So to boycott that V curve, just place your band straight. Don't go into the V shape, just place it straight and continue with your movement. So you can see the way I joined this. I did not go straight, I did not follow the V shape line. I had to come straight so that by the time I'm done joining this, you would not notice that V shape. It will just fall as if it's a kimono jacket kind of. So you continue. Once you're done with this side, you repeat same thing with the other side. So we are done with this side. Now you can see the excess we have here. It's always best for you to have excess than having less. You can easily trim it out. So we are moving over to the other side. Now I can take away my pin and continue. Okay, now we are done with basically everything about this robe. Okay, the last thing to do, you sew your belt. You already know how to make a belt. Then after weaving or serging the entire fabric, then you can go ahead and fold the hem line of the dress, and there you have your robe. Thank you for being with us from the beginning to this moment, and please do not forget to subscribe. Your subscriptions help to motivate us to make more videos. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is what we've got. You can see the robe is ready. By the time the client wears it, or by the time you wear it, if you're using it for a nightie, then you overlap. Don't mind the color of our belts. By the time you're done with your belt, you can use your belt and hold it in place. And there you have it. Your robe is ready for your brides, for your bridesmaids, for your photo shoots, for your makeup, whichever one you want to use it for your nightgown, whatever you want to use it for. You can see it is ready. Now you can see the back where we joined it is just directly at the center back of this robe. Thank you once again for being with us, and do have a nice day.